ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes, the Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It's a lovely early evening Tuesday here in New York City, and it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. Tonight, it's the New York Yankees against the Baltimore Orioles in the middle game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. A lot has changed since the last time we spoke to you after the Yankees lost 7-1 in the series opener to the O's. These are the roster moves the Yankees have made. Try to digest them all. The big one, obviously, Gerrit Cole, who was supposed to start tonight, was placed on the COVID-19 IL. Jordan Montgomery as well. Luis Gil, recalled from AAA, he's making the start tonight. Gio Urshela is on the IL with a hamstring issue. And there is Luis Gil, 23 years old, getting ready to make his major league debut. And Paul, you got to look at him in spring training. Give us a little bit of a scouting report.
Well, I tell you what, he is young, he's big, he throws real hard, and he's got a good curveball, but he is going to be kind of a mixed bag of tricks. He's an A pitcher or a B pitcher. Let's break down his last two starts in the minor leagues. 6 innings, no hits, part of a combined no-hitter. Next time out, didn't get through the second inning and gave up 6 runs. So who will we see, Michael? Your guess is as good as mine.
We're going to see the Yankees' 4th overall prospect, according to Baseball America. They got him from the Twins. Now, this year, pitching in AA and AAA, a combined 4.13 ERA, 204 opponents batting average against. He strikes out a lot of people. And as Paul said, he also walks a lot of people. Well, COVID-19 has been a storyline throughout the world and in Major League Baseball and with the Yankees as well. So they lose Cole, they lose Montgomery, and then no Urshela as well, shorthanded. Meredith Marakovitz has more when we return.
Yes, where the Yankees will try to bounce back after a tough loss to the Orioles last night. Game 2 of the 3-game series coming your way in just a bit. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. This Yankees roster just continues to take hits. Both Gerrit Cole and Jordan Montgomery have both tested positive for COVID. They've been placed on the COVID list, and Gio Urshela lands on the injured list with a strained hamstring. With Urshela out, you're going to see a little bit of Rougned Odor and Tyler Wade at third base. Tonight, Odor will get the nod. Now, as far as the rotation is concerned, the loss of Cole and Montgomery certainly do not go unnoticed. Jameson Taillon was in the Zoom room earlier today and admitted it's tough. Anytime the calendar turns to August and you have 2 guys that had been throwing the way Cole and Montgomery were throwing this season, you want them to take the ball as often as possible. But with the loss of those guys, that means opportunities for others, and that starts tonight with Luis Gil. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by Paul O'Neill. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Burke Rehabilitation Hospital, a member of the Montefiore Health System and the leader in physical rehabilitation. By Cadillac, visit your tri-state Cadillac dealer and experience the ultimate in iconic luxury. And by FanDuel, more ways to win. A couple of iconic shortstops, Cal Ripken Jr. and Derek Jeter, both Hall of Famers. And here's a guy making his major league debut, Luis Gil, first out of the dugout as he leads the Yankees on the field. Take a look at the Orioles starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. Ryan Mountcastle has been very hot since June 1st. A bad 2 months in April and May. Let's see what he's done since June. And there is the Oriole lineup. And they're going to face the 23-year-old right-hander, Luis Gil, making his major league debut. Those are the starts split between AA and AAA. And the first pitch to Mullins is a strike. We're underway, and so is Gil's major league career. Paul, give us the scouting report.
Well, you talked about it, Michael. It is a big jump. Starting at AA, went to AAA. Now he's in the Bronx tonight. That's a big jump in a year. Back at it, top end. I mean, he throws extremely hard. He gets to triple digits, has a good strikeout curveball. And he is known, though, Michael, you mentioned the pregame, number 4 on the Yankees prospect list. Is this a spot start, or is this the start of his career? We'll have to wait and see.
Well, obviously a start out of necessity, losing Garrett Cole, who was supposed to start tonight. Then today finding out they lose Jordan Montgomery, and yesterday finding out that Domingo Germán is on the IL with a rotator cuff strain. So that's 60% of your starting rotation. Mullins pops it up. Called off by Gallo is Torres, and there's one away. Check out the Yankee defense presented by Geico. Allen replaces Gardner in center today, flanked by Gallo and Judge. In the infield, same as yesterday, Sanchez behind the plate, catching Heel. Here's Ramon Urias. Called up on June 27th and has not looked back. He is now the Orioles starting shortstop. You see that velocity that Paul talking about, 98 miles an hour.
Yeah, there's you can't teach that, Michael. You either have it or you don't. He has that arm strength. It's just about finding command, consistency.
The 0-1. So that's like an offshoot of the old basketball term. You can't teach height.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you're going to be a big league pitcher, I mean, it helps to start out throwing at 98, 99. It's a good place to start from.
Swing and a miss. 99 upstairs, 2 away.
Well, Michael, is that one of many? We'll see. His first major league strikeout, 99. Top of the strike zone.
We'll call that an Aaron Judge fastball. How about that? 99.
Nice.
Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Grounded foul. Now, one thing that is in Heel's favor, he didn't have time to worry about this. Didn't have time to ruminate about it. It happened fast. Because when we left the ballpark yesterday, it was Nestor Cortez who was supposed to be starting. But then if you looked at his social media, he was told late at night, you're coming up. And Nestor Cortez will start later in the week. Right now it's Thursday against Seattle. So the Yankees are hoping that Cole and Montgomery are back in 10 days. They both had breakthrough cases, which means they were vaccinated. Grounded to third. Odor fires, and a collision between Mountcastle and Rizzo. And Mountcastle will reach. And they give him a base hit.
We talked about Odor, not being comfortable at third base. And he just waited a little bit too long. Rizzo tried to adjust to the baseball. Just the same time Mountcastle's crossing the base. Third base, you don't have a lot of time to get rid of the ball. Looks like both guys are okay.
Boy, Odor was out here early taking ground balls, really working on it. But you could see he's working with a second base clock in his head. And it has to be a little bit faster from third base. Pitch to Santander. There's a fly ball to right field. Judge is there, puts it away. A good first inning for Luis Heel. Orioles strand one. The Yankees coming to bat. Run. Now he could smile a little bit. And now it's Alexander Wells' turn. Let's take a look at the Yankees starting lineup. He'll face, brought to you by TikTok. It starts with TikTok, and it starts with DJ LeMahieu at second base. Last 27 games, it's 102 at-bats, a .235 batting average. Also hitting .244 all year with runners in scoring position, and over this stretch, 231. So Greg Allen will get the start in center field, and he'll bat ninth in place of Brett Gardner. And here's Alexander Wells. This will be his third start. 15 in the third innings, 9 walks. Now, he did not walk a lot of guys in the minors. Up here, it's been different. 12 strikeouts. Let's check out the scouting report.
Well, hey, mate, the lefty was born in Australia, and they brought him over here. He, 2017, won the Jim Palmer Award, which was the best minor league pitcher in the organization. And you touched on it, Michael. He had unbelievable control. Only 3.9% of hitters in his career he walked in the minor leagues, but he's walked 9 in 15 innings here. And not so fast. Not a hard thrower. Four-seamer. Tops out in the upper 80s.
Ground ball to Urias. 1 pitch, 1 out. All right, Paul, let's check out the keys to the game now, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Michael, you got me awful busy here in the first couple of innings here. Let's go with the offense, because it has to get going. I mean, even when you're going through these winning times that the Yankees have done, it has not been the offense, it has been the pitching. And it's about tonight. Don't worry about winning series, this or that. You got to win tonight. And now with all the shock of everybody going down, you got to go out. Baltimore swings the bats. They showed you that last night, and it could be a big story. When you bring up a young pitcher first debut outing, it can always be a big story. We'll see how that plays out.
Pitch to Rizzo's outside. How about this? In the 4 games Rizzo has been a Yankee, that's 5 for 11. That's 455. Everybody else on the Yankees hitting 157 over those 4 games, but the Yankees have won 3 of them. Those were against the Marlins. I mean, you could make the case that trade might have won those 3 games against Miami, because really no one else was hitting, and Rizzo had those 2 big home runs.
2 big home runs, and then the game tying hit off the lefty to left field, and then some defense too, just to show you what he can do.
High fly ball. Santander puts it away to retire Rizzo. 2 down. We'll check out the Orioles defense presented by Geico. Hayes in left, Mullins in center, Santander is in right. In the infield, Franco, Urias, Valleca, and Mountcastle. Third and first, Severino behind the plate, and Alexander Wells on the mound. So here's Aaron Judge. There's a strike. One and one. Check out the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 76 degrees, no chance of rain. The wind out of the south-southeast at 5 miles an hour. 2-1. Popped up on the right side. Let's see if there's room for Mountcastle. There is not. Over the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, just underway. The Yankees and the Orioles, the 2-2. Popped up shallow right, giving chase Santander. He's there to put it away. And the Yankees are retired in order. We go to the second. 0-0. Yesterday, the Orioles used the long ball against Andrew Heaney. We'll take a look at the exit velocity of the 4 balls that left the yard, presented by Spectrum Mobile. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today. All of them over 100 miles an hour off the bat. All of them solo shots. And all of them hurt. Yankees couldn't get their offense going. I saw this stat, Paul. I don't know if you saw this one from our friends at Stats. That's the first time a team 30 games under came into Yankee Stadium and hit more home runs than the Yankees had hits. First time in Yankee history. So the Orioles had 4 home runs. The Yankees had 3 hits.
You know, when I did the drives of the game last night, I mentioned that, Michael, and I said, you know, they had more home runs and hits, just saying, and I actually felt a little bad about it. But, you know, now that you brought it up, I guess it's out in the open.
Yeah.
So, just the way it is, huh?
Hayes with a fly ball, right center field. Allen makes the call on the catch. 1 away. So 5 of 5 first pitch strikes for the youngster. In Double-A, he had a 2.64 ERA. And in Triple-A, his ERA jumped to 5.64. Now this is his first year that he's pitching above A ball. So quite a jump here. He's in the major leagues on August 3rd. Here's DJ Stewart. 0-1.
You know, a lot of guys' careers, especially young guys like Heel, have changed with the COVID and the, you know, the bringing up people because of necessity. And I'm sure there's going to be a few that'll really help, and I'm sure there'll be a few that weren't quite ready. And so far, Heel looks like, you know, he's throwing strikes. That's the most important thing. You can't emphasize that enough to young guys. Throw the ball over the plate. Major league hitters aren't going to chase all night.
Now Meredith Moragovitz caught up with Yankee pitching coach Matt Blake about Heel.
Michael, he told me that he's as talented as anyone they have in the organization. And Paul, you hit the nail on the head. Blake said first and foremost he just needs to throw the ball over the plate, but he also wants him to be aggressive when he's out there. And he reminded him prior to the game that this is the same game he has been playing all season long. He added at the end of the day he wouldn't be here if they didn't believe in him. I asked him what he was like when he walked into the clubhouse for the first time, and Blake said he was very comfortable. He knew a lot of those faces in the room because of spring training, and that's part of the reason why they have some of these younger guys there during spring training to get to know some of the major league players. So if a situation like this happens, they are comfortable, they do know who they can talk to, and they do know who they could go to.
So far so good. And here is Pedro Severino, 2 outs in the second. And we should also point out the most important thing is that Garrett Cole and Jordan Montgomery are feeling okay and that they get back as soon as possible. There are families involved, children as well. So they're probably watching this game, and we hope they're doing well. 1-1.
You know, I always love that cliche, Michael, that it's, you know, it's the same game you've been playing your whole life. Yeah, but you're in Yankee Stadium and the players are a lot better. You're at the major league level. You know, it's basketball's the same game I've played my whole life too, but if I'm playing my brothers, I win. If I'm playing Michael Jordan, I lose. It's kind of not really the same game. You agree with me?
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, we've all played baseball, but at this level, it's the highest level. So, I mean, there's different pressures. There's heightened expectations, and there's better competition. That's why they're up here. This is the top level. There's no level above this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just one of those cliche things that people say, just to calm people down.
Yeah, try to simplify things. Same game, same plate, same ballpark. Yeah, well, not quite, but sounds good, right?
Strike 3. Severino down looking. Heel works a 1-2-3. Second inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. 0-0. Right here on Yes. Who's going to hit a home run? How many strikeouts a starter will have? Now you have a chance to win big cash prizes with Yes Pick and Play, the new free-to-play game on the Yes app. Just open the app, tap the Play tab, and make your predictions before every Yankees game. Play the perfect game, and you could win the $25,000 jackpot. So get in on the action for free with Yes Pick and Play on the Yes app. Now make sure your app is updated or download it if you haven't already. And you can make your picks for multiple games at a time. Once you lock them in, track your progress on the leaderboard to see how you stack up. 1-0
right, Michael,
on Stanton. Play. You want to play?
Me. I got Stanton tonight. I got Stanton going deep. Who you got?
Wow. Gallo.
All right, that was my second pick. All right, you got the lefty on the lefty. I got Stanton right-handed lefty. We'll see. So you owe me 25 grand if he goes deep.
No. That's not the way it works.
That's not the way you play the game.
No. The game is not win Michael K's money. The 3-0. Swinging and trying to make Paul right. 3-1.
A 3-0 green light. Good swing. Just underneath.
Gallo, some pitchers might take exception. He stands very close to behind the plate, not near the on-deck circle. High fly ball, center field. Mullins there. One down.
It's Michael, I think I've told you this before, because like in high school, you would get right next to the plate almost while somebody was warming up and kind of time them a little bit. And I was in A-ball, and I was kind of creeping toward the plate. They had brought a lefty in, and kind of timing him like I did in A-ball in high school, and he fired one right over my head. Get away from the plate. So I figured I was in a different league then, even if it was A-ball.
But the game's the same, Paul.
Yeah.
I've seen pitchers really get angry.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-0 on Gallo, who's about to make me look really good. 2-1. Now, you know you always want your old team, the Yankees, to do well, but admit it, you do not want Gallo to hit a home run here. You just don't.
I do. Actually, when he's up, I'm rooting for you. When Stanton's up, I'm rooting for me. It's going to make life a lot easier for both of us if they both go deep tonight. How's that?
3-1 on Gallo. Three and two. Breaking ball froze him. Gallo down on strikes.
Talked about Wells, not a hard thrower, but fastball, changeup, slider, and this big breaking ball right at Gallo's front shoulder.
There's Gary Sanchez. So Alexander, as Paul mentioned, he has a twin brother also in baseball, and of course his twin brother pitches for the Minnesota Twins farm system because he has to. Twins. That one is looped into right field. Coming on Santander. It's going to fall in front of him for base hit.
Well, jam shot, anything to start the night with a base hit's always a good thing. Gary Sanchez beat inside, but he keeps his hands inside and loops it over to right field.
There's Gleyber Torres. And there's a strike. So one day in 2019, Alexander and his brother Lachlan did the exact same thing. Alexander pitched six shutout innings for Double-A Bowie, while Lachlan pitched 6 shutout innings for High-A Fort Myers. And they were probably talking about the two of them down under for quite a bit. Inside, he made his major league debut June 26th. 2 relief appearances, sent back down to Triple-A. And then called back on July 21st when Keegan Aiken went on the COVID IL. Two and two. Works quickly and throws strikes. And Rougned Odor waiting on deck. Checks his swing. 3 and 2, so that's going to release Sanchez at first with 2 outs. That one is ripped into right field. It's a base hit, and it splits the outfielders and goes to the wall. Sanchez chugging around third. They're sending him home, and he will make it without a throw. It's an RBI double for Gleyber Torres, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
I said last night, Michael, when he hit a ball to right center, I said we were talking about time warps, and this is where Gleyber Torres is at his best. And we got a lucky break if you're a Yankee fan, because as this ball split the gap, it hit the padding, which kind of shot it up in the air instead of back to Santander, allowing Gary Sanchez to score.
Throw never got home as the relay from the outfield went between the 2 infielders. So Sanchez scores without the throw. Here's Odor. Torres with his 38th ribby of the year. Pitch outside, 1-0. Yankees didn't get their first hit yesterday until the 6th inning. And Sanchez getting the treatment in the dugout after, let's see, 270-foot run. Before that hit, Gleyber Torres was 3 for 21 with no extra base hits. Now these are situations where Odor has thrived. So with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this season, Rougned hitting .381 with 9 ribbies. Turned him loose, fouled the way. Three and 2 on Odor. Yankees making Wells work. Foul back to the screen. They'll do it again. fouled away. Wells works from the extreme first base side of the rubber, so lefty against the lefty.
That kind of creates a kind of a crossfire, you know, as if you're a left-handed batter, by him getting to the, you know, the far end of that rubber. It kind of it allows him to kind of crossfire against you, throw that curveball right at you.
So this is going to be the 9th pitch coming up. And Odor's hurting after fouling that ball off. See where it got him.
Right at the top of that shin guard, and even though it hits that shin guard, it really bangs on that shin bone too. And I tell you what, if you've had one there before and you hit it again, cause a little issue. Michael, I think we remember probably one of the worst, you know, foul off the shin was Jermaine Dye, who actually broke his leg against us. I mean, that was horrible. It just shows how hard that ball comes down to actually break the bone in your shin.
Three-two. Grounded softly. Right side. And that will do it as Arias makes the throw, retires Odor. But the Yankees get a run. A single by Sanchez, a double by Torres. And Odor had a hard time getting down to first base on that one.
Yankees decided to go with 23-year-old prospect Luis Gil tonight. It is because the Yankees rotation has suffered some major blows as of late. Garrett Cole and Jordan Montgomery were both placed on the COVID-19 list. Also, Gio Urshela is out with a strained hamstring. Aaron Boone said he hopes he is not going to be out too long. We see Rougned Odor at third tonight. You could see Tyler Wade there as well. If DJ LeMahieu is feeling better, he was dealing with that triceps issue, he could potentially play third base as well. And Michael Luis Severino is pitching for the Somerset Patriots right now. 2 innings so far. He's allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3. And that is tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore, doing more.
Short bench today. Gardner and Wade from the left side, Higashioka from the right. You know, Meredith, I'm thinking about it. The plan is to have Severino go 3 innings tonight. And I wonder if everything goes well, because of the fact that they're so short on starters right now, if his next start could be in the big leagues and they ask him to just go 4 innings and get the final 5 out of the bullpen. Has that been discussed?
Aaron Boone said that is not something that they have discussed yet. Obviously, the plan could change, but it seemed like they were pretty committed to giving Luis Severino a couple of rehab appearances before bringing him back up here. One thing he did say, we do not want to rush him. We want to make sure he's right. We want to make sure he is physically healthy. So right now, I don't think that's on the table, Michael.
Okay. 1-2 to Franco. One nothing Yankees. Were in the third. Now the Orioles won yesterday, and their manager Brandon Hyde said that is the most complete game of the year in all phases that we played.
I tell you, I went upstairs last night, Michael, and I'm thinking, you know what? They look like a solid team. They put together good at bats. They got hitters. They made the plays in the field. I'm just like, how are they so bad? But you know what? Records don't lie. But boy, I agree with Hyde. They played a solid game last night.
Well, since the All-Star break, they're tied with the Yankees for one of the best records in the game, 10-6. Brewers are 11-4. The Rays 11-6. Tigers 11-6. A.J. Hinch has done a real good job with that team.
tell you what, Michael, you really have to credit managers Hinch, Hyde, guys that have teams that are, well below 500, out of the playoff race, to get players to come out and still engaged every single night, play the game hard. It's very hard to do. It shouldn't be. You're at the major league level, but when you're playing for something, you have the incentive to go out and play hard. When you're not, sometimes your mind wanders and it's just very hard. But as a young team with a manager that can keep you in every single game mentally, it's a good job of managing.
Mentioned yesterday, Hyde, part of Joe Madden's squad of coaches for the 2016 Cubs. So he has a close relationship with Anthony Rizzo. That's grounded up the middle. Backhanded by LeMahieu. And he gets Valleca for the second out. Well, the young man must be having a good time on the mound so far. He's allowed one infield hit over 2 2/3. Back to the top of the order, and Cedric Mullins.
I tell you, Mullins was some kind of impressive player to me last night. Home run, base hit to left, couple stolen bases, leads the league in hits. I mean, he just does a lot of things. Now the second time through the lineup, I wonder if Heel will just continue with the fastball slider or trying to mix that change up in a little bit more.
See Mullins on the WAR list there. Mullins had a good time yesterday watching the cat that got on the field. He said seeing 7 grown men get their ankles broken by a cat, it was pretty funny to watch.
I almost said, I mean, there's the best athlete on the field. There's no chance if that cat didn't go through that door that it would be caught. We'd still be waiting.
Amazing the amount of traction that cat got all over, not just sports channels, but news channels as well. One-two, swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 inning for Luis Heel. His major league debut. He has 3 scoreless innings, 1 infield hit, and he leads 1-0. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer and experience a fully electric Audi e-tron today.
Youngster out here tonight, so far so good, overpowering fastball, and he's had good control of that slider. And we're saying maybe the second time around, yeah, a little change up there for you, Mullins. And I tell you what, and a good one.
Strong 3 as Greg Allen leads off the bottom of the 3rd, and the pitch from Wells is inside 1-0.
Just looking at what Heel has done, Michael, and it's been throwing strikes, and the more success he has by just throwing the ball in the hitting it, not being afraid to throw strikes, and that comes by getting through innings with no hits. You get more confident. You start throwing strikes and they start getting beat around the ballpark a little bit. Sometimes you're kind of forced out of the strike zone. Right now he's very comfortable throwing the ball over the plate.
And Allen is real comfortable getting hit. It's unbelievable. Usually gets hit when he's batting left-handed. That time he gets plunked right-handed, so leadoff batter's on.
Then you get out on that front foot. He has a great way of staying in there, and he did it in Tampa when we were there. Just kind of leaned into the pitch. Very hard to do. I mean, it is taking one for the team, but your natural reaction, look, it just stays there. Your natural reaction when something's coming at you, Michael, is get out of the way, and it's very hard to do that intentionally.
An umpire, through his judgment, does not have to award you first base if he doesn't think you tried to get out of the way. So 5 times in 45 plate appearances, Allen has been hit. Pitches high to LeMahieu. Paul, put your expert hitting coach hat on right now. What do you think's going on with LeMahieu this year?
Well, I mean, he's not as consistent, obviously. You see him out, you know, it's balance. You see him out on his front foot a lot more than you're accustomed to. He's actually kind of a back foot hitter where he stays inside the ball. You'll see him out on his front foot a lot, and those are the balls he's kind of rolling over. But every once in a while, he's back to his normal self. It just has not been as consistent as it has been the past couple of years.
You know, we broke it out over the first 2 years with runners in scoring position. DJ was amazing. 384 batting average, and this year it's 244. And he's such a good hitter. It's so hard to believe, but we're seeing it unfold in front of us.
There's certain guys that, you know, in the lineup, you know, there's certain years that just aren't as good as others, but it doesn't mean that, you know, anything about his skill level and about his, you know, preparation, and he helps you in the field. DJ LeMahieu is a huge part of this team, whether he's hitting 320 or 270.
And sometimes, you know, players just have off years. It happened to him in Colorado. He had an off year as well. And then, you know, there was a batting title. Last year, there was a batting title. So he still has time to pick it up. And that one is lined into right field. It is a base hit. It splits the outfielders and goes to the scoreboard. Allen's rounding third. He's coming home. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's in there. It's an RBI double for LeMahieu, and it's 2-0 Yanks.
That's an exciting playing in baseball. Double to the right field gap and speed on first base. Allen motors around the bases, but I guarantee when we see this, you'll watch his weight's back on his back foot, and he's able to drive the ball to right center field. That's where he wants to be when the ball's in the hitting area. Just every once in a while this year, he's ended up on his front foot. But boy, this is fun to watch. Just make sure it drops, and then I'm off to the races. Watch the weight shift. Now see that he makes contact, weight going back instead of forward there, and then that allows the ball to travel a little bit more and allows you not just to serve it to right field, but to actually drive it to right field and get it to the wall.
Here's Anthony Rizzo. Strike. And congratulations to Anthony Rizzo on being voted the Montefiore Doing More Player of the Week. 455, 2 home runs, 4 ribbies, OPS of 1.588.
He's a Player of the Week in the National League and American League. That week was spent in both leagues.
You know what? It's a good point. Those were Yankee numbers for this particular award. By the way, LeMahieu was exactly the number that Torres was, 3 for 21 with no extra base hits before that hit. Exactly like Glaber was. Line drive, a base hit up the middle. LeMahieu is going to stop at third. Mullins throws and the ball hits second base and it gets away. Here comes LeMahieu. He will score. And moving to second is Rizzo. It's 3-0 Yanks.
First things first here, Michael, just enjoy the sound of this swing because this ball was hit right on the screws off a lefty right up the middle. Yeah, I like that. Almost does everything, but all of a sudden kind of long darts. It hits the base. Well, I've seen that one before. Usually you can at least carry second base. A good break for the Yankees.
Now LeMahieu was stopping. That's why Rizzo doesn't get an RBI. So it's a single and an E8 allowing LeMahieu to score and allowing Rizzo to go to second. So Chris Holt with a trip to the mound to talk with Wells. Still nobody out, 2 runs in, and here's Judge. Line drive, a base hit to left field. Rizzo will go to third. He'll stop right there. And the throw is cut off by Mountcastle. It's a single for Judge. First and third, nobody out.
The Yankees stringing together some hits. Trying to have a huge inning, high breaking ball. Judge actually waits a little too long, kind of jams himself, but Lord knows he's strong enough, even with a jam shot, to get it to the outfield.
So 3-0 Yankees, and here is Giancarlo Stanton. Rizzo's at third, Judge is at first. Yankees have 5 hits. Pitch inside, they had 3 all last night. Two and 0. Second time through the order for Wells. There's a base hit to center field. Rizzo scores. Judge stops at second. It's an RBI single for Giancarlo Stanton, and it's 4-0 Yankees.
All of a sudden the hits keep coming. I mean, Stanton has been struggling, but boy, a good swing here, staying on the ball. Not a hard throwing lefty, so it's very good for some of these hitters knowing they can stay back and still handle that ball. That ball's off the plate away. He's still able to hammer it.
.47th ribby for Stanton. And here's Joey Gallo. Breaking ball strike. Adam Plutko is up. One and one, so a hit by pitch, and then 4 straight hits by the Yankees, a double and 3 singles. Drilled to right field. It's a foul ball into the second deck.
Sit down, Michael. It's foul ball, all right? It was hit hard, though.
One and 2 on Gallo. Judge at second, Stanton's at first. Fouled away.
Wells got away with one there, Michael, right over the middle of the plate, upper strike zone. Not a big break on the breaking ball. Those are the ones that can really get hammered from left-handed hitters.
Swing and a miss. Gallo down on strikes. First out.
Another breaking ball. This one a little bit better. You see Gallo out in front. And Michael, we talk about the Yankee offense and, you know, how coming into the season we expected so much, and, you know, the big numbers. Aaron Judge, before Gallo was brought over, he has 55 RBIs. Aaron Judge has 49, which is on pace to drive in 75, 79 for the year. So you don't have anybody right now in this offense on pace to drive in 100 runs, which is amazing to me.
Two and 0. Ripped to left field. That's going to be in there. And it goes to the wall. Judge scores. Stanton will stop at third. It's an RBI double for Sanchez. And the Yankees are up 5-0.
This is really what we kind of expected in this series. The Yankee offense to really get going. Baltimore starting pitching really struggling this year, but last night Lopez shut them down completely. Wells, different story.
Now that's the last pitch that he is going to throw tonight. Brandon Hyde will take the ball. And Gary Sanchez sends Wells to the showers. So Adam Plutko will come on to face Gleyber Torres. Yankees have a 5-0 lead, and they lead with second and third, and just one man out. Hyde makes the Planet Fitness call to the bullpen. Plutko against Torres when we come back. Well, fans, come out to Yankee Stadium this Friday, August 6th, when the Yankees host the Mariners for one of the hottest promotional giveaways of the season. It's Garrett Cole Top Gun Bobblehead Night, presented by Bank of America. And the first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Garrett Cole Top Gun Bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Adam Plutko has a 7.92 ERA in his last 20 games. Overall 5.19 in 35 games. And not a great strikeout to walk ratio either. Well, the Orioles bring the infield halfway with Torres at the plate, runners on second and third. Yankees lead 5-0. And a strike from Plutko. I say check the swing. Home plate umpire tonight, Phil Cuzzy. Tom Hallion's at first. Malachi Moore is at second, and Mark Ripperger is over third. Torres with an RBI double in the second inning. There's a chance for more ribbies right here. 1-2. A long half inning on the bench for Luis Gil, but he'll take the runs. But sometimes it's hard for a youngster to stay in the groove. He certainly was in a groove for 3 innings. We'll see how he pitches in the 4th. Fly ball right center. Tagging is Santander with the catch. The throw cut off by Mountcastle. Throws to third, and Sanchez is in there. It's a sac fly for Torres, and it's 6-0 Yanks.
Tell you what, you're just starting to see good at bats. Ball up in the strike zone, just under it. They got the job done, drove in another run. This is a game, to me, the Yankees offense really needed. They're just like good at bat after good at bat, hit the ball hard, put together some crooked numbers, some runs, and just get used to doing this where it's not out of the ordinary.
Odor takes inside 1-0. He grounded out to short. It was in the second, although it was to the right side of second, but the shortstop was there. Line drive, foul ball. One and two. Swing and a miss. Odor down on strikes. But the Yankees send 9 runners to the plate, and they get 5 big runs. DJ LeMahieu with a double. That was the first run. Then Rizzo. That's the second run. How about some Stantonian action? It's another run. And then Gary Sanchez. Time for trivia. Since 1961, 3 players have led their league in hits while playing for the team with the league's worst record. Who are they?
You know what? I'm going to throw out a couple of names just for fun. Well, I'm not going to get the last one because the question started in 1961 for a reason, Michael. But, you know, Rod Carew had a lot of hits, was on some bad teams. Tony Gwynn was on some bad teams, had a lot of hits. So I'll throw those 2 names out there just for fun.
All right. We go to the 4th inning, and Heel deals a strike to Urias. Urias struck out in the 1st inning. Swing and a miss. Popped up. Rizzo toward the Yankee dugout. Makes the play, 1 down. Here's Mountcastle. One and 0. So in an emergency start Luis Gil is making his major league debut, and so far acquitting himself nicely. Ground ball to third. Odor fields to the glove side and fires a strike to Rizzo, 2 away.
You know, there's so many things on the baseball field, Michael, that are just reactions, and you see the reactions of Odor. Everything's just off a little bit because that is not his regular position, and you know, your footwork, everything just becomes so natural, either as an outfielder or at a specific infield spot. You can tell, you know, everything is kind of thought about out there right now for Odor at third base.
Now they do have other options at third. Tyler Wade did a good job in Miami playing third. But they like Odor's bat. You can also use Joey Gallo at third. Gallo could play first, third, and all 3 outfield positions. And Duhar still on the IL, and Urshela is on the IL. 0-2. And we mentioned he was here very early today with the bare hand stab. He was working at third, trying to make it happen. And the more positions he could play, the more time he's going to get when everybody's healthy. Because when Urshela is back, Torres is at short, LeMahieu's at second, and Rizzo's at first. And we know that Odor could play second. Learning how to play third. Could probably shift over to short as well. Give guys rest and keep his bat in the lineup every now and then. Gil thought that was strike 3. Took a step toward the Yankee dugout, but Phil Cuzzi said no, so the count 2-2.
Well, he has really worked this at bat, both sides of the plate. This ball clearly away, but he started the at bat off with a cutter. I didn't even know he threw a cutter. He went 4-seamer in, 2-seamer away. Really working the corners. Tell you what, you see that cutter again from a left-hander, as a left-hander from a righty. Nothing you can do with it. The only way to hit that ball hard is to hammer it foul, which does you no good, or just inside out jam it and hope you can loop it over the shortstop's head.
High with the slider. 3-2.
If you're Gary Sanchez, you got to be emphatic at this. You know, you got a 6-run lead. You got a guy who throws 99. But don't try to trick somebody. You challenge him. You go after him. Make him feel proud about his fastball.
And with the cutter.
See, Gary Sanchez's first sign was fastball. He'll trying to shake off.
Long at bat for Santander. Paul Simon taken in the game. This will be the 9th pitch coming up. And that one is looped into right center field. It's going to dunk in there for a base hit. Allen will get the ball in, and Santander wins that battle with a 2-out single.
Well, pretty impressive bat. He fouled off a lot of pitches. Finally got jammed, but he stayed through it. You could see the wood just splintering in his hand.
So here's Austin Hayes. Heel deals a strike. One and one. 23 years old from the Dominican Republic. You got him from the Twins in 2018 for Jake Cave. South Atlantic League All-Star, Low A Charleston in 2019, and 6 innings in Scranton Wilkes-Barre this year. A combined no-hitter he took part in. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
No chance up there. I mean, his ball up in the strike zone has a lot of life to it. That ball could clearly up in the eyes.
The right-hander sets and deals. Base hit, right field. Judge will get the ball in, so another single, a couple 2-out singles by the Orioles. This one by Hayes, and that'll bring up DJ Stewart.
Well, back-to-back pitches up, and
He'll taking a lot of time working out of the stretch. Santander at second, Hayes is at first. 6-0 Yanks. Stewart grounds one foul, 1-1.
Stewart was a guy early in the season, got a ton of starts. Santander and Hayes were down with injuries, far less lately. Previous first-round pick, so the O's had big plans for him in 2015.
Two and one. Well, you can't say that, you know, his slight struggle this inning is because of the long half inning, because he got the first 2 outs easily. And then there was a call that he thought was strike 3 against Santander. Maybe that got him out of his groove, and he's given up 2 hits since then. 2-2.
You know, every once in a while, Michael, I think pitchers, and I've said it before, kind of overthink the situation. I mean, first 3 innings, it was fastball curve or fastball slider, no problems. All of a sudden now, if you look what has happened in this inning, he's added a cutter, he's added a changeup, and then, you know, you kind of lose sight of what got you to where you were successfully tonight. The fastball, now he's not pinpointing it like he was earlier.
Three and 2, so the runners will go. 3-2, 2 outs. Pitch count still in very good shape for Heel. 57 pitches. 2 outs here in the 4th. Yankees up 6-0. Serve to left field. Gallo is right there, and he'll put it away for the final out. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men. left on base. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 6-0 Yankees. Answer to the trivia question: since 1961, 3 players have led their league in hits while playing for the team with the league's worst record. Who are they? So you say what?
I said Tony Gwynn, and I think Ichiro was on some bad teams too, so I got 2 of them, and I threw Rod Carew. No? Juan Pierre.
Greg Allen hits one deep to right field, and the ball is caught by Santander as we start at the bottom of the fourth. So Gwynn did it 2 times with the Padres. Pierre did it with the Cubs in 06, and Ichiro in 08 and 2010 with Seattle. So where Ichiro is catching in the bullpen for the Mariners. He just loves the game.
He's a lifer, isn't he?
Yep. And we asked the question because Mullins leads the league in hits, and the Orioles are in the American League cellar, so he might be added to that list if he holds his lead and the Orioles continue to lose. There's a 3-way tie behind him for second place: Vlad Guerrero, Bo Bichette, and David Fletcher. They have 122. Mullen has 127. 1-1 on LeMahieu, who doubled to right to drive in a run in the third. Also came around to score later. Fly ball right center. And it drops between Mullins and Santander. And LeMahieu ends up at second. Well, they kept looking at each other, and then no one got it.
Well, Brandon Hyde said yesterday was one of the better games they've played all day. Not so much tonight. It's like this happened. All of a sudden, center fielder looked like he called it. You can't call. Once you call it as a center field, it's yours. I mean, you own that right out in center field.
And LeMahieu gets a double. Yeah, Mullins clearly called it. Don't know why he veered off. Here's Rizzo. Oh, 0-1. Rizzo picked up a single his last time up. And that scored LeMahieu. He didn't get an RBI because Mullins picked up an error when his throw home hit second base and caromed wildly away from everyone. One and one. Two and one. LeMahieu at second. One man out. We're in the bottom of the fourth. 6-0 Yanks. 2-2. So as a Yankee, Rizzo is 6 for 13. Served into left field. That is going to dunk in for a base hit. LeMahieu had to hold up to see if it came in. And it hit the grass, but he can only advance to third, so another hit for Rizzo.
It really looks like with 2 strikes, he tries to stay in, tries to use the other side of the field. He chokes up a little bit. Love that swing, covers the ball away. Seen him so on top of the plate, and he's so quick inside that he's still able to slap that ball the other way.
So here's Aaron Judge. First and third, 1 man out. Judge 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the Yankees' 5-run third inning. Looking for more right here in the 4th. Big cut. 0-1. Oh, and 2 on Judge. Rizzo's very chatty at first.
You can see he has no problem talking, both defensively and when you get a base hit. When you get a base hit, Michael, you're always in a good mood to talk anyways. The first baseman usually has to start the conversation, though.
Fly ball down the right field line, foul. All right, chattiest first baseman during your time in the league.
Giambi used to like to talk when he was in Oakland. Frank Thomas talked a lot. Jim Thome probably would be my number 1. You knew about the family picnic by the time you went to second base.
The 0-2. 1 and 2. He is a friendly dude.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're talking about the collision they had in the first inning. High fly ball down the right field line, but again it makes the seats.
Plutko's been away this whole at bat. I mean, he's not a tremendously hard thrower either, so kind of afraid to challenge Judge inside. Everything has been away. You see Aaron Judge being able to cover that ball away, both the breaking ball and the fastball.
Check swing, and he does check it, according to Tom Hallion. Aaron Hicks at the ball game. Rizzo had a nice lead. That's a dive back. Had surgery on that left wrist. He's been missed. Kind of a revolving door in center field. And his loss was one of the reasons that the lineup was so unbalanced. That switch hitter batting third or fourth, Paul, it creates some matchup problems out of the bullpen. You take that out of the equation, all of a sudden the Yankees are sending up 8 or 9 right-handed hitters in a row.
I mean, such an advantage to have a switch hitter in the middle of your lineup that you really can't match up against in big situations.
Two. Strike 3. Judge down looking. As Plutko wins that battle.
Aaron Judge had some pitches to hit. He finally went inside with a breaking ball right at him. breaking over the inside corner.
So here's Stanton. Fouls that one back. RBI single in the third inning. Also scored a run later in that inning. Oh, 2. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Yankees trying to even up this series at a game apiece. Turn tomorrow night into a rubber game. Yankees have 9 hits. The Orioles have 3 against the rookie Louis Heel. LeMahieu's at third, Rizzo's at first. Pletko on in relief. The 0-2. Misses outside, 1-2. Pletko came over to Baltimore at the end of spring training from Cleveland. And the Orioles were simply looking for someone to eat innings out of the bullpen. And Pletko started out great. 1.27 ERA in mid-May. But since then, his ERA is near 8. Where exactly do they think Anthony Rizzo is going?
I'm just going to ask you because I can't figure it out either.
Just missed outside with the slider. One of the tougher jobs in baseball is to take over a team that's really, in a sense, tanking. Just building back up, breaking it down and building back up. High fly ball, deep right field. Santander back, track, wall, see ya! A 3-run home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead 9-0.
Well, Michael, just saying, Stanton's been swinging the bat a little bit better, just day by day, hitting some balls hard. I'll expect my check in the mail tomorrow.
I'll Venmo you.
Yeah, you will.
First home run since July 20th against the Phillies. His 17th of the year. And that gives him 50 ribbies to move him ahead of Judge for the team lead.
Talking to Miami when he was kind of struggling, how he doesn't use a big weight shift, but you see how he's not over his front foot. He's still behind the baseball, and he is so strong that he doesn't need anything.
High fly ball. Hayes is there to retire Gallo, and that will do it. But the Yankees add 3 runs on one swing. Giancarlo Stanton. Check the catch by the fan. Pretty good. 3-run home run, even better. Go around the majors. Jose Ramirez hitting .294, homers and 12 ribbies in his last 8 games for the Indians. Craig Kimbrell, 0.47 ERA, batting average against of 101, 66 strikeouts in 38 and 2/3 innings. Not too bad. Ty France is on fire for the Seattle Mariners, who come into town against the Yankees on Thursday. 9-0 Yanks. Here's Severino, and he fouls it back against Heel. And we're underway here in the 5th inning. So all the Yankees' lack of hitting yesterday is translating to 10 hits and 9 runs today. They scored 1 run yesterday on a sac fly, a foul ball sac fly off the bat of Anthony Rizzo. Severino struck out looking in the 2nd. Seems very composed on the mound, Paul. Doesn't have a face that betrays much emotion. So far, he's been dealing. Giving the gum a workout. 1-2. Fouled away.
I mean, your only objective, I know it's very hard in your debut in the major league right now, is to throw strikes. You know, you want outs, you want quick outs. You don't have to strike everybody out. You've got a 9-0 lead. Stay ahead of hitters, make them beat you with the bat.
Grounded to third, backhanded by Odor, sets and fires. Scoop! There it is from Rizzo, 1 away.
Tell you what, this is a good play on both ends. And Rizzo, you talked about the scoop. I mean, he makes it look easy. These are tough plays. Odor gathers himself. And that's not an easy short hop right there. Just made it look easy.
They actually keep stats on this. He has had more scoops over the last 4 years than any first baseman in the game.
Scoop, there it is, Michael. That's the best commercial on TV right now. A little tag team.
With sprinkles. Oh, that was good. Popped up, shallow center. Gleyber Torres calls everybody off to make the play. 2 down. Here's Pat Baleka. Swing and a miss. Oh, 0-2.
Well, it's good to see he'll get aggressive again in this inning, especially with the big leads. Kind of gone back to just fastball slider. And I think, you know, there are some nights you don't need anything more than that. And this might be one of them when it's 9-0.
Swing and a miss. 5 strong innings for the rookie in his major league debut. So he works a 1-2-3, and he's helped out by that man with some scoopage. Look at Rizzo. Scoop. Shakalaka. Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is open and ready when you are. Planet Fitness, your fitness is essential. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Two really good pitchers. Guidry and Palmer. Wow. Special. For the younger viewers, go check out Guidry's 1978. There haven't been many better pitching years in the history of the game. 25-3. Probably should have won the MVP that year too. Keegan Aiken will take over for the Orioles, third pitcher. Well, Paul, if you're the Yankees, you really can't ask for anything else from Heel. An emergency start because of a positive COVID test to the ace of your team, and this guy has really delivered in a big way.
Well, you know, you can't be more impressed than, you're right, just his demeanor. Didn't look nervous, didn't look, came out throwing strikes, and that was the big question. And I loved what he did in the 5th inning, just going back to, you know, fastball slider, throwing strikes. It works, and especially with a big lead, you know, you don't need to get into your other stuff. You know, as good as his fastball is and as sharp as his slider, you get a lot of outs with 2 pitches.
One and one on Sanchez. Sanchez 2 for 2, single, double, RBI. Tomorrow night's game has Jameson Taillon, the July American League Pitcher of the Month, against Matt Harvey, who has pitched very well in his last 3 games, despite bad numbers overall. But the last 3 games, he seems like he's found something. So that's a 7 o'clock start. Our coverage begins at 6. Pre-game's at 6:30, and the game time right around 7:05. Aiken returned from the COVID IL on Sunday. Has called the season a learning process. Second big league year. Strike 3. Sanchez down looking, and he knew it. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. Double and a sac fly, couple of ribbies. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Now, he throws about 93 miles an hour with his fastball. But he said that everybody jokes around with him and calls it an invisible. Both hitters and guys I play catch with have told me that.
He likes his heater, then, Michael. That's what you're telling me?
I guess so. Can't hit what you can't see. High pop up. Valeka. 2 away. And here's Odor. I was talking about Guidry winning the MVP. Should have won the MVP in '78. His WAR that year at 25-3 was 9.6. Jim Rice won the MVP. His WAR was 7.6. Hit 315, 46 homers, 139 ribbies. Rice had 20 first-place votes, and Guidry was second with 8. And I think there are a lot of writers who just feel that the MVP for a pitcher is the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, Michael. So you are somebody that thinks that a pitcher can win the Cy Young and the MVP.
Absolutely. I mean, the Cy Young is for the best pitcher. The MVP is for the most valuable. You could be the best pitcher and the most valuable player. And I've never understood it.
What, 35 games now as a starter?
Yeah, I think so. Do you?
I'm a little one-sided because I was an everyday player, but you know, it just, to me, a guy that takes the field 155, 160 games has a lot to do with what the team does also.
True, but obviously the WAR tells you that his was 9.6, Rice's was 7.6, so did something. Coverage cam. What are you doing on your first day in the big leagues? Well, you're dominating over 5 innings. Lewis Heel, emergency start, major league debut, 23 years old, nonplussed. He has been dealing 5 shutout innings, has not walked a batter, and allowed just 3 hits. Montefiore scoreboard, 9-0 Yankees. So he has a lead, and he can just throw the baseball. And Mullins pops it up, shallow right. Judge calls off LeMahieu. 1 away here in the 6th. So here is Urias. .69 pitches, 36 fastballs, 23 sliders, and 10 very effective changeups. His fastest pitch this evening has been 99 miles an hour. And in his minor league career, he has hit triple digits. Foul back here. Oh, he dropped in a nice slider, 2-2. Urias is 0 for 2 against Heel.
Most of the sliders have been down and away to righties. This one's a front door and a good one.
It's so weird. You can see that after 1-2 innings, the Yankees had a read on the Orioles' young starter, Alexander Wells. The Orioles have not really adjusted to what Heel's doing out there. That one is lined in the left center field. It's a base hit. Allen will cut it off. He'll get the ball in. So a single for Urias. So Luis Severino is starting in the minors in his rehab assignment. And Meredith, you have some information.
Well, Michael, his evening is finished. He lasted 2 1/3 through 43 pitches, 28 first strikes. He allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. He walked a batter, struck out 4, and allowed a home run. Also noteworthy, Wandy Peralta threw in that one a scoreless inning and a third.
Well, the key is that he gets out of these assignments healthy. And then next time gets built up again, probably on Sunday, and you go from there. There's Ryan Mountcastle. Couldn't hold up on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, 0-1. Kind of waved through it. Mountcastle had a single in the first, which is somewhat questionable. It was scored a single. Kind of misplayed by Odor, who's a neophyte at third, and a bad throw to Rizzo, and Mountcastle ran into him. It was immediately scored a hit. Oh, and 2. And here's another kid. They called up 2 youngsters today. Stephen Riddens and Brody Kerner. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Overpowered Mountcastle. 2 away.
Again, this was an at-bat. 3 fastballs, never even went to the breaking ball. You get a swing and a miss up in the strike zone, a lot of life. It's not 99, still mid-90s, but good life.
Here is Santander. One and 0. One count. Santander is 1 for 2. Heel is at 80 pitches, 2 outs here in the 6th. Riding's warming up for the Yanks. Pitch is high, 2-1. Arias is at first. Rizzo behind him. 3-1 count on Santander. 3-2. Missed outside. So that is the first walk issued by Heel.
Well, he elected to go to the changeup and was not able to throw it in the strike zone. But first walk of the night, that's pretty impressive.
There's Austin Hayes, runners on first and second with 2 outs. Yankees up 9-0. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 4 hits and just 1 walk with 5 strikeouts. There's a slider, clips the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 on Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 2. A fly ball to center and a single right.
And you wonder almost how much he has been stretched out in the minor leagues, Michael, because you're closing in on 90. His last outing, only an inning and a half. So the one before then he was pulled during a no-hitter. You see a little drop in the velocity, the sharpness of the breaking ball, but still enough, obviously, to get outs.
Season high was 6 innings and 99 pitches for Heel. So he's at 87 right now. Crowd's looking for a strikeout. And the crowd gets it. A slider on the outside corner. And if that's his last pitch tonight, what a performance by the 23-year-old. His major league debut. First time on a big league mound. And he has absolutely dominated in the Bronx. About Rizzo, you never get a second chance for a first impression. What a first impression. First Yankee since Sam Militello to have 6 shutout innings in his major league debut. And all positives, Paul, all positives.
No doubt about it. I mean, he didn't show nerves. He threw strikes. I mean, he came out blazing. High 90s, ended up in the mid 90s, but that last slider he threw as good as he threw all night, right on the outside corner.
Montefiore scoreboard 9-0 Yankees over the Orioles. Keegan Egan deals to Greg Allen, who fouls it away.
Michael, tonight was Garrett Cole's start, which, you know, we always get excited for because Garrett Cole's one of the best. But you know, if you're going to fill in for him, you might as well throw like him, right? Heel pretty much did that tonight.
See, Richie Martin takes over at short for the Orioles, and Allen's down 0-2 quickly. 9-1-2 in the Yankee order. The 0-2. Line drive, a base hit to right center field. So Allen leads off with a single. The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Yankee Stadium. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Yankees' 11th hit. Yesterday, just 3, as they lost the opener of this 3-game set to the O's. Here's DJ LeMahieu, who has 2 of the hits. He fouls it away.
Talk about staying on top of a ball. Look at this, like tomahawking a ball. I'll tell you what, if you're Greg Allen, you got to think that if you can get hot again like you did right when you were called up, you know, you're going to get some playing time.
Mullins makes the catch. Allen tags, but the throw comes into second, then gets away from Martin. But Mountcastle backing up.
Back to Allen, you got to realize, you know, what he brings to the plate. You know, when he plays a switch hitter, good defensive player, looks comfortable in center field, runs the bases well, can steal some bases.
Rizzo takes low. Anthony, 2 more hits tonight, and I could do the math on this. He's 7 for 14. That's 500. 1-1. Two and one on Rizzo. Game number 5 as a Yankee. Two and two. Much of the left side of the infield wide open if he wants to take it that way, but Yankees up 9-0 here. Time call. Three and two. Why does he hit lefties well, Paul? What's he do?
Well, he stays in there. I mean, he doesn't have to bail. He's so on top of the plate, and he has the ability to just stay inside and use left center field. I mean, to hit lefties, good lefties well, you have to be willing to go the other way at times.
Serves it the other way, but Hayes is there. 2 outs as Allen heads back to first. There's Aaron Judge. 1 for 3 tonight. Single and a run scored. Fly ball right and a strikeout looking. Noise here in the background. Crowd doing the wave at the stadium. There's a ground ball to Franco. Goes the short way, and that will do it here in the 6th. Yankees no runs a hit. 1 man left on base. This is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. The Ford Explorer, the official SUV of the New York Yankees. Visit buyfordnow.com. And by FW Webb, the official plumbing, heating, cooling, and PBF supplier to the New York Yankees. Cadillac scoreboard, it's been all Yankees. 9-0 over the Orioles. The story of the game, Lewis Heel with his Major League debut. 6 shutout innings, pitched beautifully. And we've got some changes. You've got Wade coming in to play third. Odor moves from third to second, so that means LeMahieu is out of the game. And another Major League debut. And it is Stephen Ridings. This is what he's done in 2 levels of the Yankee minor league system. 22 games, 5-0, 1.24, 42 strikeouts in 29 innings and just 4 walks. So we'll see what Ridings brings to the party.
I'll tell you what, if he brings to the party the same numbers, he's 5-0 with a 1.24. That's pretty impressive.
You know, the one thing that impressed a lot of people during the trade deadline is the depth of the Yankee system. If you take a look at all of their minor league stops, they're all having great years. Players are being moved up and dominating as well. And they had such a surplus of prospects that they could make the trades they made. And it's improved the team. Inside, 101 miles an hour.
That'll get your attention. Here's a young guy. What's he throw? 101 out at the belt.
And you can see by the low walk totals in the minors, he didn't have any problems with command. The 1-0. That was 98, 2-0. So he's 25. He's from Comac, New York. 8th round pick in 2016 by the Cubs out of Haverford College. Signed with the Yankees on January 18th, when he was released by the Royals. He's 6'8", tallest player in the Yankee organization. And he's 3-0 on Stewart. And there's a strike. 3-1. So a young live arm brought in here in the 7th inning to face the Orioles up 9-0. Just firing gas. 3-2. Three infielders on the right side for Stewart. And the 3-2.
You see those hands come in towards the body, you know you're beat as a left-hander. Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. It's been 100 all the way down to 97 in this at bat, Michael. High velocity, power arms. I don't know where they all come from.
Three-two. Swing and a miss. Got him. 100 miles an hour. Nice way to break into the big leagues.
Tell you what, that's some kind of just get back in at bat, start off 3-0, come all the way back, and then just get your first major league strikeout. Bye.
How tough is it for a hitter, Paul? They've never seen this guy, ever.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, you get the scouting report, but you also don't understand the difference when a guy is 6'8". Just how much more difficult it is, just because of the release point and the height. It helps as a pitcher to be tall.
Severino was 0 for 2 against Heel. 9-0 Yankees, top of the 7th inning. Check swing, fouled away. 0-2. Another kid from Comac made it to the big leagues, Pete Harnish.
Where is Comac? Is that upper state New York?
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout. It's in Suffolk County, Paul.
Well, Ridings with another strikeout, but this is the first off-speed pitch he's thrown. A little slider. Kind of nice.
Yeah, make a manager smile. And here's Franco.
Wow.
0-1.
I mean, did you see the break on that, Michael? And that comes from the ability to throw the ball 100 miles an hour. Obviously, we've talked about it before. The harder you throw, obviously, the more break you get on your breaking ball, everything. I mean, that ball bounced in front of the plate, but the break on that, ridiculous.
Swing and a miss. Now he's just showing off out there. So Stephen Ridings in his major league debut. Can he strike out the side? Grounded to third, past the diving Wade, and that'll go into the left field corner. Franco will head to second with a 2-out double.
Well, just a little glimpse of reality, Michael, that every once in a while your ball will get hit, but this is a good pitch up in the strike zone. Franco, a young hitter, quick to the baseball, just hammers it down the left field line, gets by Wade.
Here's Pat Valaika. And a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. How's that for a debut? The Yankee minor league system flexing today. First heel, and now Ridings. He strikes out the first batter he faces. Then Severino goes down. And with a runner on second, Valaika swings and misses. 3 strikeouts for Stephen Ridings in his major league debut. It's time for the 7th inning stretch here at the stadium. Yankees lead this one 9-0.
Are honored as their veteran of the game, United States Army Air Corps Sergeant Vito Pisano from the Bronx, who served in World War II. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, Yankee Stadium organist Paul Cartier's rendition of God Bless America.
Nothing, 9-11-0, beating 0-5-1 Wells, 2 1/3 for the Orioles. Lewis Heel, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Yankees scored 4 runs or fewer in the last 11 games, but not tonight. And the first pitch is tapped back to the mound by Stanton, and Aiken flips to first, 1 away. So Hayes moves from left to right. Ryan McKenna takes over in left field as Santander gets the rest of the night off. And here's Joey Gallo. Gallo still looking for his first Yankee home run. He has 25 home runs on the year, all with the Rangers. He's had a couple of doubles with the Yanks. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Fouled away. Let's cover the bases with Mr. Gallo. Grew up a Yankees, Giants, Knicks, and Rangers fan. Little League teammate of Bryce Harper out in Vegas. Longtime mentee of Jason Giambi. And his prom date was Greg Maddox's daughter. That one is ripped into right center field. Mullins got a good jump to run it down for the second out. So here's Gary Sanchez. Tell you what, as you see, another kid about to make his major league debut, and that's Brody Kerner. Riding's arm is electric, Paul. That's just electric stuff.
You know, I didn't know what to expect. I saw his body type. I thought, you know, he probably throws pretty hard, but first pitch 100, and then all of a sudden after that first at bat, he started breaking out that slider. I mean, you're right. At 6'8" with stuff like that, you're going to have a lot of success.
Sure, they're either here or gathered around the TV in Long Island watching Ridings do what he did.
You know, it's amazing when I can almost take myself back to, you know, your first at bat, your first game, and you just go home and you are totally exhausted, not from the game of baseball, but just mentally because of what you've put into the game to get to this point. You finally get an opportunity, and it's just it takes so much out of you mentally that you go home and that head will get on the pillow and you won't even know the night went by. You just can't wait to get back to the ballpark.
Grounded to third, Franco. And that'll do it as the Yankees go down in order here in the 7th. 1, 2, 3. We go to the 8th inning. Cadillac scoreboard 9-0 Yanks. Pinstripe Pride brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicle of the Yankees. And tonight's picture was submitted by Anthony. He brought his son Andre to his first game earlier this season. Andre even got a ball from his favorite player, Gleyber Torres, proudly holding it up. There you go, Andre. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees, and we might spotlight you in a future game. Hyundai scoreboard, it's 9-0 Yankees over the Orioles. Well, another major league debut. Brady Kerner. This is in AAA. 13 starts, 3-3 record, 2.95, 61 innings, 20 walks, 47 strikeouts, allowed 4 home runs, and opponents hit .251 against him. And the pitch to Mullins is low and inside, 1-0. And a strike.
I don't know how much of a help it is, Michael, when you're a young player and you get called up and a guy before you, Heel started, threw great. Ridings comes in, throws great. So it almost sets the tone like, you know what, these guys can do it, I can do it. I remember being called up at the same time with Eric Davis, Cal Daniels, and watching them succeed. It made it easier for other people that played them in the minor leagues. It's not, you're not there alone trying to compare yourself to Garrett Cole or an everyday player to Aaron Judge. It's just like these guys did well. It just kind of sets the tone for the night.
So 3 Yankee pitchers made their major league debut tonight. Second time in team history. It happened also in 1950. That was the year that the Yankees beat the Philadelphia Phillies, the Whiz Kids, in the World Series. And Phil Rizzuto won the MVP. So Kerner is 27 years old. He's from Concord, North Carolina. 17th round pick for the Yankees in 2015 out of Clemson. Hit sharply and passed Torres into center field, kind of played that off to the side, so Mullins picks up a hit. And that extends his hitting streak to 12 straight.
Yeah, you see the shift. He was there, and he tried to kind of olay it and play it to the side. Ball hit hard. Sometimes as an infielder, you feel like you got a better shot, but you see the angle that he took was back. And that's the old days in Little League. They'd say you let the ball play you. You didn't play the ball. Gets by Gleyber Torres.
Urias, well, this is Richie Martin who came in for Urias. Takes inside, so this is Richie's first at bat. Kerner is in the middle in AAA of a 15-inning scoreless streak. That was since July 13th. Grounded to third. Wade will take the out at first. Moving to second is Mullins. Well, show us your walk-up, and you could score exciting Yankees prizes from Pepsi. Scan the code on screen to launch the Instagram filter option. Now pick your preferred filter and share your video using hashtag PepsiNYY Sweepstakes to enter.
Michael, we're going to update your walk-up because now we're doing this a lot with the walk-up commercial there or whatever. But, you know, your first song you told me was Glory Days. So let's get your second. Your second at bat would be what? Give it a little thought. Don't just come out with nothing.
Well, it's got to be Build Me Up Buttercup. I'm sorry. I'm going to make the crowd happy.
Wow, you went from Springsteen to Build Me Up Buttercup?
Very eclectic.
Wow, you are all over the map.
That's right. And then if I'm having a good night, third time up, December '63 by the Four Seasons. Oh, what a night.
Little Frankie Valli, huh?
Yep.
Nice. And if you're having a bad night, where do we go to there? Like Ozzy Osbourne or something?
I don't want them to play anything if I'm having a bad night. I'll just look up at the scoreboard and say, nope, nothing, nada. Now, do most guys change their song from at bat to at bat?
Oh yeah, there's 4 or 5 different songs, and you know I would have songs and keep them all year. And I've told you this many times. Derek Jeter, he would switch, you know, by the day, depending on what was hot in pop culture. You know, he was very into what songs he was coming to the plate.
That one is ripped into right center field, and Allen dives and can't make the play, and that'll go to the wall. Mullins scores easily, and Mountcastle has himself an RBI double, and the Orioles are on the board. It's 9-1 Yanks.
Allen gave it an all-out effort in a 9-0 game. Mountcastle's been hot, and this ball from a righty is going to kind of continue to tail away. Just made a phenomenal catch. Just out of the reach.
So here's Ryan McKenna. One 1-0. You know, as you would say, Paul, Kerner is a smart fella. He earned his accounting degree in only 3 years at Clemson.
Numbers guy. Must like the analytics of the game these days, huh?
Sure he does. So 3-0 on McKenna. Runner at second, 1 man out. And there's ball 4. So first and second, 1 man out. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. You notice that, Paul? It's amazing. Odor has become almost like the team guy that picks people up. He's the guy who came to the mound and just tapped them on the chest, and he has a real way about him, even ever since he's gotten here, Paul.
Yeah, I think it's important now with, you know, the mound visits being counted that, you know, you can have a middle infielder or a veteran player come in and talk to a young pitcher. Realize that, you know, nothing's got out of hand yet. You've had a couple balls hit. Let's get out of this inning. That's all that matters.
Right back to Kerner. He slips, regains, and takes the out at first. Runners move up. So 2 down. And here's DJ Stewart. He was the first Oriole to experience Stephen Riding's stuff.
Wow.
Mountcastle is at third, McKenna at second. 1 run in, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. It's all Yankees 9-1 over the O's. Two and 0. Sean Anderson getting ready. Grounded foul, 2-1. I'm just amazed at the job that Rob Kakuza's done. I don't know where he's coming up with all these numbers.
You know, a lot of times those jerseys, you know, they're blank on the back, and you have to mix up and pull out numbers to make certain numbers to make the jerseys. And like I said a couple weeks ago, it was all 9s. I mean, I think he's out of 9s. Now he's gone to the 6s and the 7s.
So Kerner gets the final out. Orioles get a run. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. You can only imagine what's going through that guy's head, and then Ridings. They're probably going, you know what, that was fun. That wasn't that bad, right? Yeah, that was cool. And give yourself a smile. Why not? Working a whole life for this. And tomorrow night, the Yankees face off with the Orioles in the series finale here in the Bronx. Coverage starts at 6 with Audi batting practice today and the DraftKings Yankees pregame. Then first pitch will be just after 7 right here on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. Matt Harvey will get the start for the Orioles. Jamison Tyone for the Yanks. Hyundai scoreboard 9-1. Yankees over the Orioles, and Sean Anderson will come in for the 11th time this year. Way too many walks, 15 strikeouts in 17 and 2/3 innings. So it's going to be Gleyber Torres, Rougned Odor, and Greg Allen against Sean Anderson. Pitch outside. This is the spray chart for Gleyber Torres' last 100 batted balls 200 feet or less, so infield. And you can see he's been pulling the ball. Paul loves when he goes the other way. That's from StatCast Google Cloud.
You could tell early in the game, Michael, that, you know, he stayed back. He drove the ball the other way. Then as the game kind of got out of hand, you know, concentration goes a little bit, and all of a sudden front side opens, bat gets a little longer, swings get a little bit bigger. It's all about your approach every single time, whether the game's on the line, whether it's your first at bat, your last at bat. You know, your feeling at the plate is so fragile that, you know, that's why I always hated to give away at bats, because you never know when that one at bat can turn into an 0 for 10.
Three and one. Anderson has certainly had a nomadic existence this year. This is his 4th organization in 2021. He was traded from the Giants to the Twins in February. Then Minnesota waived him in June. He landed in Texas. 2 games with AAA affiliate Round Rock, and then waived again, and the Orioles picked him up on July 3rd. How do you say short-term rental? Lined into left field. McKenna dives, and he does not make the play. It'll be a base hit for Torres.
Tell you what, sinking line drive off the end of the bat, and you see he like just blocks it with the glove on top. I mean, this ball gets by him, it goes all the way to the wall. I've always said the toughest play as an outfielder is the one right directly in front of you. You can't get to either side, and you actually lose vision as you're diving in of the baseball. Yeah, Michael, I mean, when I look at plays like that, it's 9-1, the effort involved. You really have to think that Brandon Hyde, the manager of the Orioles, are in these guys' ears. You know, it doesn't matter the score, the inning. You know, we're going to give an effort. We're going to play hard. Win or lose, well, they've lost a lot. But, you know, to see plays like that late in the game in a 9-1 game, you really have to respect what the Orioles are doing.
2-1 on Odor. Popped up on the left side and on top of the visiting dugout. So, Paul, the company that makes Major League Baseball caps, New Era, they have a line of Major League caps out now. I don't know why they thought it was a cool thing, but all of the logos are upside down.
Okay, somebody make a mistake, or we're doing this on purpose?
That's grounded through the right side. Torres will stop at second. Hayes comes up throwing. I'm sure that the idea was born out of a mistake, but the only logo that actually looks cool is the Oriole one, because when it's hard to see on TV right now, but when you flip that upside down, it just looks like an Oriole with a really funky hairdo. It doesn't look like it's upside down. It actually works.
All right, Mike, I'm going to just stand on my head right now and look at my monitor and see how this, see if it works.
So here's Greg Allen. And there's a strike. You're trying to look at it upside down, Paul. I see you craning your head right now.
I got it sideways now. I can't quite. I'm a little stiff right now. I can't quite get all the way under it.
1-1. (9-1) Yankees. Bottom of the 8th inning. Story of this game is the brilliant major league debut of 23-year-old Luis Gil. This was outstanding. 6 shutout innings. One and two. All right, so they did it for you in our production truck. See, it looks like he's got like a little pompadour in the front.
Wow.
It works.
You know, if you stare at that long enough, yes, it becomes something different.
Yeah.
I'm with you now, Mike. I got you.
It's the only one of the 30 that works. 1-2. 2-2. Now they have the cartoon Oriole, and of course they also have the ornithologically correct Oriole. Easy for me to say.
I left that one up to you, Michael. There's certain things I just leave up to you, especially late in the game.
Two. Deep to right field. Hayes back. He's on the track. He's in front of the wall. He'll put it away for the first out as Torres tags and goes to third. So he had a bid for a 3-run home run. Just missed.
Yeah, it looked like the ball just got in towards the label enough to keep it in the ballpark. Pretty good swing by Allen. Actually off the end of the bat. Didn't quite get it.
So here's Tyler Wade, his first at bat. First and third, 1 man out. Batting in the leadoff spot. We assume that they just gave LeMahieu the final 3 innings off in a game that was 9-0. But one more reason to watch the post game with Ryan and Jack and Meredith. We'll find out. One and one. In fact, you know it. It's called the WB Mason post game right after the final out. So stick around as our Yes Studio team brings you highlights, analysis, and the manager's report. It's all coming up right here on Yes. It's also very, very Fordham heavy, Paul. Ruocco and Curry and Kay, right? All Fordham.
Wow.
Yeah. Pitch outside. Meredith is lamenting that she didn't go to Fordham because she could be part of the club.
Volleyball team wasn't good enough for Fordham, Michael, or Meredith would have been there. She had to go off somewhere a little better in volleyball.
Yeah, absolutely. The 2-1. 2-2 on Wade.
Holly, I think I made the right decision, though, because Fordham dropped their volleyball team like a year into when I was in school. So it worked out.
But maybe if you had gone, you would have saved it.
You never know, Michael. Or maybe you would have chipped in to pay my tuition. I might have met you earlier because I know you go around Fordham.
That one is inside first and down the right field line. Torres scores. Odor is rounding third. They're sending him home. The ball is bobbled by Hayes. Odor will score. It's a 2-run double for Tyler Wade, and the Yankees lead 11-1.
If you're Tyler Wade and you're trying to get action, you're trying to get days in the lineup, these are the at-bats you got to take advantage of. Hammered right down the line. Actually looked like it was foul and came back fair, Michael. It looked like before the base, and it hit and came back into fair territory. Strange.
Rizzo takes a strike inside. There it is.
I tell you what, if you're a hitter, you've got a great view from the left-hander's batter's box. Watching that go fair, pretty good feeling.
The 0-1. 1-1. Rizzo, another good night. He's 2 for 4. Couple singles, couple runs scored. And that's off the glove of Severino, allowing Wade to go to third.
Michael, how long has it been since we've had a game like this where we can just kind of relax a little bit and watch the action, huh?
It's been amazingly long. Now, the Yanks season high in runs this year, Paul, is 12, and they did that at Seattle on July 6th. But they lead the majors with games decided by 1 or 2 runs. Not many laughers. Well, that'll get an RBI for Rizzo. Scoring is Wade, and it's 12-1 Yanks. The biggest blowout win they've had was 10-0 against Detroit on April 30th. So 12-1 right now. And when they scored to 12 at Seattle, it was 12-1 as well. So the Detroit game was a blowout shutout. The 12-1 is also an 11-run difference. On 1 on Judge. Drill deep to right field. Going back, Hayes on the track at the wall. See ya. Lucky 13. Yankees up 13-1.
Well, it's kind of feel-good night for everybody, and Aaron Judge just put 21 to 22 in the home run column, into the 50s in RBIs.
13 runs scored tonight is the season high.
Michael, I didn't want to get greedy, but I was about to say I think Judd's going deep here too. I didn't want to call 2 in one night, so I didn't want to get greedy.
I'm not sure I can believe that. I mean, it's that's a Monday morning quarterback move there. I don't buy it.
All right.
Here's Giancarlo Stanton. 1-0. 13-1 Yankees. So after yesterday, this is just such a shot in the arm for the Yanks. They lost 7-1, and you felt like a lot of the good mojo just went away. And now to bounce back like this, and they didn't just bounce back from a loss, everybody. They bounced back from some really tough news. 2/5 of their starting rotation on the COVID IL. Urshela on the IL. Domingo Germán on the IL. And here they are going into the 9th inning. Up 13-1 as Stanton flies out for the final out. Yankees get 4 runs on 4 hits. The Judge home run completed the scoring. We go to the 9th, 13-1 Yanks. The Land Rover drive of the game, and it happened in the 4th inning. Giancarlo Stanton has been slumping, but this 3-run home run, well, a pretty good night for him. And an RBI single in the 3rd, 3-run home run in the 4th, finishes the night 2 for 5, and that's the Land Rover drive of the game as he hit his 17th home run of the year. And then Aaron Judge with his 22nd home run of the year, and he got some help from his friends. So after Odor and Glaber scored, he got a scouting report. What does the guy throw? How does this stuff move? And that's good information, Paul, and it shows you they don't give away at bats. Nobody gives away at bats.
You go to the plate for one reason, and to know anything, and whether it's a slider, curveball, or if it's his fastball sinking, is a 4-seamer. Yeah, it's nice to know, no doubt about it.
So Kerner, in his 2nd inning of work, he gave up a run in the 8th. Severino at the plate, the 2-0. Popped up shallow right. And coming over with the basket catch is Rougned Odor. He certainly plays the game with a joie de vivre, just a real joy.
I'll tell you what, he looks so much more comfortable at second base, though, huh? Knows where he is out on the field.
Rizzo didn't even watch. So he's got it. There's a strike to Franco. Just an impromptu Joey Gallo roll call here in the 9th. He had a wave to the crowd. Two and two on Franco. He was 1 for 3. And that gets Franco. He gets hit by the pitch, and he'll take first.
Spectrum Mobile. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Just $45.
Here's Pat Baleka. Yankees up by 12, 13-1. They are doing a 9th inning roll call. Completely different vibe at the ballpark than last night. This was the night that the fans last night wanted to have, and they never got a chance to have. But tonight there's a crowd of 30,815, and they've been having a blast.
Well, you feel, Michael, that, you know, with all the new acquisitions, of trades, of faces, that, you know, the fans want to get part and be part of this run towards the wild card, possibly the American League East. But, you know, you got to play well at home to allow the fans to be part of that.
Up the middle, Odor grabs it, flips to Torres, one on the first. It's a double play. It's a ball game as the Yankees win 13-1. That's a pretty nice double play to end this game, and the Yankees did everything they had to do to bounce back. Luis Gil with a brilliant major league debut. The Yankees pounded out 15 hits, 13 runs, and Paul, this one again falls under the heading of they needed that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. After last night, you wondered who was going to show up today, and the A-team did show up. After all the bad news, Gil was amazing. A lot of smiles on the faces. Great at-bats. Great offensive night. Got to feel good going into tomorrow. Jamison Tyone has been throwing the ball really, really well. Try to finish up this series before a big series against the Mariners.
We have so much more to come, so please stay tuned. We have to break this all down. Then we have the post game after that. Yankees win this one 13-1.